Good evening, everyone. I've never done a movie review before, so you're gonna have to bear with me if this blows fat balls. Also, I don't have a script, so yeah, this is really just gonna be my thoughts about the Super Mario movie. And furthermore, in case you're wondering why the editing's a bit wonky, yeah, I'm bad at this. I tend to go off on random tangents when I don't have a script, so it's gonna be a bit weird with the editing. I probably should have...
It's me, Mario, and thanks for watching the video. Wait, where are you going? Come back here and like and subscribe to Nihilistic Nerd before I... Wahoo! In your ass, motherfucker!
And that's how I found out my childhood psychiatrist was a pedophile. Anyways, let's get on to the characters of the Super Mario movie. Alright, here's a pretty rough rundown of the important characters of Mario. You got Mario. He's overall a pretty standard isekai protagonist. Yeah, that's right, this movie is by definition an isekai. He's a stoic hero, like he is in the game series. I will say that some of Mario's more jovial personality was lost. This is from Chris Pratt's bog standard presentation. Otherwise, it's alright. When it comes to Luigi, I felt like he was incredibly underutilized. Early on in the movie, he gets captured by Bowser, then spends the majority of the time remaining in the dungeon. It would have been really nice to see something more done with him, something like organizing a prison break, or having Bowser use him as an unwilling double agent. Gigatoad. He was my favorite character. Just flat out, he was my favorite character. You know, I almost forgot that Donkey Kong was being played by the man-child that destroyed stoner comedy. That is, until I heard the stupid laugh. Negative a million points. I'm gonna be honest, when it comes to Princess Peach, I was really worried they'd make her into what I like to call the modern strong female lead. You know, the current trend of building up a woman's character at the expense of every male around her. So I was pleasantly surprised when they didn't do that. She's shown to be a strong and competent leader, not at the expense of everyone else, which is fantastic. I also really like the character design for her. Jack Black stole the show as Bowser. I would have never guessed that an incel would be one of my favorite parts of the Mario movie, but Jack Black manages to pull it off perfectly. It's actually crazy to me to think that Bowser is motivated by love. I always thought it was more of a trophy wife situation. Now, it has to be said that none of these characters are deep. Mario characters have never been deep, so I'm not so sure this is a bad thing. I can say that I'm glad the writers didn't take too many creative liberties when it came to fleshing out some of these characters, because whenever they do that, they manage to somehow screw the shit up. So keeping it simple was really the best way to go here. Alright, let's get into the story. Well, I can say that the story subverted my expectations by not trying to subvert my expectations, and I can wholeheartedly appreciate that. Mario and Luigi are millennials, aka struggling middle-class burnouts. During a plumbing job, they both get isekai'd into the Mushroom Kingdom, then immediately separated. Mario meets up with my favorite character, Gigatoad. Gigatoad tells Mario that Luigi is in the Dark Zone, so they go to the castle to ask the princess for help, which, by the way, is about to be invaded by Bowser. In the War Room, Princess Peach plans to take the role of a foreign diplomat. This is to request assistance from the Great Kong Army, who is in service to the neighboring Jungle Kingdom. Sharing similar goals, Peach, Mario, and Gigatoad set off. Hilarity ensues. It's basic, it's simple, it's fun. Critics might complain about the lack of depth, but here is my counter argument. If you went to a kids movie that was made for kids and fans of a kids game from the 80s expecting an in-depth character analysis or an analysis of the socio-economic political ideologies of the Mushroom Kingdom, you should probably get checked for dementia, because clearly something ain't working up there, or you're retarded, or maybe it's a little bit of both. Some people will tell you that there is no story in this movie, but those people must have just been facing the wrong way, because there was one. It just wasn't super deep. So now that that's out of the way, let's talk about the looks and sounds of the movie. I don't usually watch Illumination movies because they somehow made white women even more insufferable by making these. So I can't really compare it to Illumination's previous work. But what I can compare it to is Disney/Pixar's CGI, and this movie shits on anything Disney has made in the past decade. Where Disney's CGI characters consistently suffer from same-face syndrome, all of the main cast in this movie are distinct. The landscapes are unique and fun and well-crafted. I don't have too much to say on those. Surprisingly, the soundtrack doesn't blow fat dick either. There's tons of instrumentals with all kinds of throwbacks to the classic themes. Anyone with a passing knowledge of Mario would recognize a lot of them. There's also a point where Bowser sings, but I'm not going to go into depth about that because you've probably heard the song already. One more thing that really surprised me was the choice of classic 80s and 90s rock instead of using trendy TikTok bullshit. Thank God. I had very little faith in Illumination, but I have to say that the Mario movie, it was pretty good. That being said, I hope we never get another Mario movie. Why is that, you ask? It's because I don't trust American studios with my beloved Japanese IPs. Furthermore, it has to be stated, the idea of an Avengers-esque Super Smash Bros. Cinematic universe is dumb. Bye.